Well done to anybody who guessed last week's riddle and come up with Conwy as the answer. See if you can get this week's riddle at the end of this episode for next week's Destination X. Welcome to Pints, Plates and Passports, and welcome to Conwy and the crawl inside the wall. Nestled between the rugged peaks of Snowdonia and the restless tides of the Irish Sea lies a town where time stands still. This is Conwy, a medieval jewel on the North Wales coast. It's more than just stone walls and castle towers. It's a living chronicle of ambition, resilience and quiet grandeur. Today, Conwy is a tapestry of old and new, where fishermen still cast nets in the shadow of the ancient ramparts, and stories echo through every stone. Conwy is not just a place to visit, it's a place to feel. And the best way to get a feel for a town is through its pubs. Conwy is a pub crawler's dream, with 8 pubs all inside the walls in almost a circular route, and never more than a 2-minute walk to the next pub. It's a perfect loop of legendary alehouses. We broke the traditional circular route though, in order to line our stomachs before the crawl began. So here we go, and our first stop is the Albion. Stepping through the doors of the Albion is akin to walking into a time capsule of 1920s charm. This Grade 2 listed pub is a rare Art Deco gem, co-owned by 4 local breweries and brimming with character. Lots of original fixtures and fittings from the 1920s, including some of the hand pumps. The ale lineup is a local love letter. Conwy Brewery, Great Orme and Purple Moose all pour here. Each pint a taste of North Wales pride. Open from midday till 11 p.m. Sunday to Thursday and 12:12 Friday and Saturday. Pets are welcome and so are families. From its polished wood panelling and vintage lamps to the snug corners that whisper old stories, it's a masterclass in atmosphere. Whether you're nursing a golden bitter or chatting with regulars by the fireplace, the Albion feels like the kind of place where time slows down and stories stretch out. From deco charm to Georgian polish, next stop, the Erskine Arms. Still inside the walls, but definitely outside of ordinary. It's time to trade bar stools for a bite. The salt and pepper belly pork bites with katsu curry dip were amazing. And the Mexican pulled beef bonbon with Ricardo sauce and avocado puree wasn't far behind. Georgian townhouse meets modern gastropub, flagstone floors, crackling fires and a menu that goes beyond your standard chips and gravy. Open from 11:30 in the morning till 11:30 at night, this bar pours local ales with flair. They have permanent real ales and a rotating guest beer, and a crowd that's a mix of weekend wanderers and savvy locals. Upstairs, they have 11 stylish guest bedrooms, and another 11 behind the pub in a beautifully restored and converted chapel. Pets are allowed in the bar area and children are welcome. They have a large log burner in an open fireplace to keep you warm in the winter, and a nice outside seating area to get you some rays in the summer. The menu offers traditional pub fare and globally inspired creations, all presented with panache. Fed and fired up, we leave the townhouse glow behind and head for the timbered tails at the George and Dragon. A true high street heavyweight, the George and Dragon blends old world pub charm with a lively modern pulse. Soul and Motown nights, quiz nights, bingo, karaoke, live entertainment, this pub's got the lot. Inside, it's all exposed beams, hearty banter and bar staff that know their way around a proper pint. But the real magic is out the back. The beer garden stretches out like a hidden retreat, sun-drenched in summer, cosy under cover when the Welsh drizzle rolls in. It's the kind of spot where locals linger, travellers recharge, and the crawl takes a well-earned breather. Whether you're chasing sunshine or swapping stories over a cider, this pub's got space to sip and stretch. There are plenty of offers on the food menu as well. 2 mains for £20 and the extremely popular Fish and Chip Friday. They offer a great variety for any budget. The chip shop platter sounds like a bargain. Battered fish, golden scampi, fish cake and chips, curry sauce and bread and butter, all for less than £18. Children are welcome, and so are your furry friends. And they have live sports on the TVs dotted around the place. We certainly don't have to travel far for our next stop. Situated right next door and with a beer garden to match, the Bluebell is calling. A cornerstone of Conwy's social scene, the Bluebell is where locals gather and visitors feel instantly at home. Open from midday till 11 p.m. Pets are allowed and children are welcome until 9 p.m. They have Sky Sports and TNT Sports, and they offer free-to-play pool on Tuesdays. They have karaoke every Wednesday and Sunday, live music every Friday and Saturday. They have quiz nights, open mic nights, and special themed events. such as the Halloween party coming up at the end of the month. Check out their Facebook page to stay ahead of the game and see what's coming up. The menu is traditional pub fare, with the Bluebell Mixed Grill a favourite. There's a daily specials board, kids menus, dessert menus, pizza menus, evening menus and day menus. They have a beer garden to match the quality of the Georgian Dragons next door. And with its roomy interior, classic pub charm, welcoming staff, it's the kind of place that hums with conversation and community. Whether you're catching the match, joining a quiz night, or just soaking up the buzz over a crisp lager, the Bluebell delivers comfort without pretension. It's a pub that doesn't need gimmicks, just good beer, good staff, good company, and a seat with your name on it. Next, we follow the tide to the Liverpool Arms, where harbour views meet historic brews. Perched on the edge of Conwy's harbour, the Liverpool Arms is a sailor's dream turned local favourite. With its nautical nods, low ceilings and sea-salted charm, the pub feels like it's been weathered by stories as much as storms. Open from 11 a.m. till 11 p.m. They have quiz nights on Mondays, 8:30 start, and also have live music. Keep your eye on their Facebook page for all events. They have a good lineup of real ales, guest ales and ciders, but the Liverpool Arms doesn't just serve pints and spirits, it also hosts a full paranormal lineup. There's a monk who shows up smelling of vanilla, because apparently even ghosts have signature scents. A former landlord and his son who never quite clocked out. And a cook who's still checking on the kitchen. Legend has it, if the monk appears, misfortune follows. So maybe don't challenge him to a staring contest over your pint. But hey, if you're going to be haunted, it may as well be in a pub with a view. Fishing boats bobbing in front of you. The castle to the right of you. The city walls to the back of you. Great Britain's smallest house to the left of you. If Carlsberg did pub locations, this would take some beating. That's 5 pubs down, 3 more to go inside the walls, and then a final stop a couple of miles outside of town at the Conwy Marina. But before we pour again, let's take a moment to wander, because Conwy isn't just a crawl, it's a time capsule wrapped in stone. Built by Edward I, Conwy Castle has stood for over 700 years. A fortress of ambition, a crown of the coast. And just beyond, Telford's Suspension Bridge and Stevenson's Tubular Railway. 2 marvels of Victorian engineering side by side, like old drinking buddies. Step into Plas Mawr, the finest Elizabethan townhouse in Great Britain. A place where plasterwork whispers secrets and time lingers in the timber. Conwy's Quay is a living postcard. Boats, birds and the scent of fish and chips in the air. At the quayside, you'll find the mussel sculpture, a tribute to Conwy's mussel men, shellfish and stories harvested from the estuary since the Middle Ages. A few yards away, you'll find Conwy's Anchor Monument. It stands as a tribute to the town's maritime soul. Cast in iron and weathered by sea air, it honours the generation of sailors, fishermen and shipbuilders who risked their lives from these very shores. It's not just an anchor, it's a reminder that even the strongest hearts are shaped by the tides. Take the Castle Wall walk. It's not just a path, it's a perch above the past, a 360-degree view of rooftops, bridges and the rhythm of the town. Llewellyn the Great stands watch, Prince of Gwynedd, builder of alliances, and a name etched deep into Welsh pride. You'll find historic buildings around every corner. Aberconwy House, one of the oldest in Wales, still stands, timber-framed and time-worn like a pub that's never closed. Revel at the architecture of the Castle Hotel. And then, the smallest house in Great Britain, just 6 feet wide, but packed with charm. Proof that in Conwy, even the tiniest corners have stories to tell. St Mary's Church. Once the heart of Aberconwy Abbey, St Mary's Church has stood since the 12th century. Llewellyn the Great was laid to rest here, and when Edward I claimed Conwy, he turned this sacred space into a garrison church. Today, it's a quiet sentinel in the walled town, where history lingers in every arch and aisle. A couple of miles out of town, the marina glistens. Yachts sway, gulls call, and the sea reminds us we're never far from the edge of beauty. And just around the bend, the Mulberry Harbour Monument, marking the floating docks that helped win D-Day, built right here in this quiet corner of Wales. We will upload a more detailed video of Conwy Castle, Plas Mawr and the other attractions in the coming months. So be sure to hit subscribe, hit the notification bell to catch every upload. Right then, history walked, sights seen, stories soaked in. Time to get back to what we came here for. The final four. Let's finish this crawl in style. From quayside pints to postal charm, Ye Old Mail Coach delivers the next round with heritage in hand. Tucked just off the high street, Ye Old Mail Coach delivers more than its name suggests. This traditional pub blends old school warmth with a lively local pulse. Inside, it's hearty laughs and the kind of bar where everyone's got a story. They have a small but cosy beer garden with a TV to watch all the sports. Pets are allowed and children are welcome. They are open from 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. Sunday to Thursday and 10 a.m. till 1 a.m. Friday and Saturday. There's a large collection of football scarves and football memorabilia adorning the walls and ceilings, and they have live sports for all the big games. The ales are dependable, and the atmosphere is relaxed and mellow. Whether you're ducking in from castle hopping or winding down after a coastal walk, this spot feels like a reliable mate, always ready with a pint and a welcome. Signed, sealed and slightly buzzed, we're cashing in on cool at the Bank of Conwy. Once a place for pounds and pence, now a haven for pints and playlists. The Bank of Conwy flips the script on your typical high street pub. Housed in a former bank building, it blends industrial chic with creative flair. Exposed brick, bold murals and a bar that is eclectic as the crowd. Expect craft beers, cocktails and maybe a DJ spinning in the corner. It's the kind of venue where the crawl shifts gears. Less traditional, more electric. Whether you're sipping something experimental or dancing between the tables, the Bank brings a fresh pulse to Conway's pub scene. With original fixtures and fittings from the bank days, the pub's decor will probably garner more interest than your bank savings could these days. With bank vaults, safety deposit boxes, filing drawers, and the original bank clerk bar, this theme bar has definitely got assets. Pets and children are welcome. They offer some traditional food, and starting soon, they're having an all-day breakfast menu every Sunday. They have guest ales that change regularly, and quiz nights every Tuesday, with live music every Wednesday and Friday. They are closed on a Monday and open 12 till 12 Friday and Saturday, and 12 till 11 p.m. the rest of the week. We've got enough time for a quick joke while you look around the vault.
A man walks into a bar and asks for 10 shots of the establishment's finest single malt scotch. The bartender sets him up, and the guy takes the first shot in the line and pours it on the floor. He then takes the last shot in the line and does the same. The bartender asks, "Why did you do that?" And the guy replies, "Well, the first shot always tastes like crap, and the last one always makes me sick."
Our channel is still very much in its infancy and we would welcome subscribers, likes, comments and shares. If you've enjoyed the videos, please subscribe, hit the notification bell and catch all of our uploads. Please watch till the end so you can get the riddle for next week's destination. If you think you could solve the riddle, please put your answer in the comments and tune in next week to see if you were correct. A short walk now to our last pub inside the Conwy walls as we head to Taps Conwy. Taps strips the pub experience down to its purest form. No blaring TVs, no thumping playlists, just conversation, cask ale and community. This award-winning micropub is tucked away like a secret worth sharing, with a rotating lineup of real ales and ciders that keep locals guessing and crawlers grinning. The vibe is intimate, the welcome is warm, and the beer knowledge behind the bar runs deep. It's the kind of place where strangers become mates over a shared love of hops and heritage. If your crawl needs a palate reset and a proper pint, Taps is the answer. Before it poured pints, it packed cones. Taps Conwy sits in what was once an old ice cream warehouse tucked down an alley off Lancaster Square. The original freezer now serves as a cellar, keeping the ales just as chilled as the desserts once were. Opened in May 2024, it's the fourth venue in a family-run chain that includes Taps bars in Llandudno, Cragydon and Ross-on-Sea. Each one shares the same ethos. No fuss, just proper beer and good conversation. With 24 lines and a rotating cast of cask and craft brews, Taps Conwy is a modern micropub with a flavourful past. Open from midday to 10 p.m. Wednesday to Sunday. They host cheese board nights on Wednesdays and quiz nights fortnightly on a Thursday. Both pets and children are allowed. From castle walls to coastal calm, our crawl ends at the Mulberry, where the sea meets the plate and the stories settle with the sunset. A couple of miles out from the town walls, the Mulberry sits proudly on Conwy Marina, where sailboats sway and sunsets linger. It's more than just a pub, it's a waterfront finale with sweeping views and a menu that knows how to impress. Housed on land once used for a secret World War II harbour building project, the Mulberry blends coastal charm with historical depth. Inside, it's all relaxed vibes and nautical nods. Outside, the terrace is prime for pints and sea breeze. We wrapped up the crawl with crispy fish and chips and a lobster ravioli that could headline its own episode. Proof that this pub doesn't just serve food, it serves moments. It was dark when we arrived, so he came back the next day to take some daylight photos. 9 pubs, 1 town, countless stories. From castle walls to coastal plates, Conwy poured us pints, served us history, and stamped our crull with flavour. Until the next passport, cheers to the journey. That's the Conwy passport stamped. Now here's the riddle for the next episode. Solve it, put your answer in the comments.
Where monkeys perch and cannons sleep. A fortress carved from cliffs so steep. The Union flies in southern sun. Where tunnels twist and borders run. You've wandered through the march's might. Now chase the rock that guards the strait. A slice of Britain, bold and bright. Where Europe ends and sea takes flight.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Please tune in for the next episode.